Judge Jerry, today at 12 on CW 39. Houston. Live, no wait, weather and traffic on CW 39 Houston.
Good Thursday morning to you, meteorologist Adam Kruger here, and we begin with a live view in our Sky Tracker network camera at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Cloudy there. There's some rain nearby from what was a tropical storm. We suddenly had Mindy named in the northeastern part of the Gulf yesterday. It made landfall yesterday evening in the Florida Panhandle. Now it's a tropical depression, which means a little less organized, not as windy. But you see, it's right around the border of Florida and Georgia right now, heading off towards the northeast. So there's some pretty good rain. A couple inches have fallen in some spots, and a few more inches still may fall as this storm exits the eastern part of the U.S. pretty soon, a little later on today. So not a big impactful storm, but still seeing some rain in that part of the country. Meanwhile, here at home today, we are enjoying a day of sunshine, and that humidity stays lower once again today. We actually have a front, technically a cold front that comes through today, not bringing cooler air, but bringing drier air. So it's sunshine all day long. We've got some 70s out there right now. We're still going to see 90s this afternoon, but get set for these next couple of nights with lows down in the 60s for most of our area. Looking pretty nice. You might want to get out, make some outdoor plans these next few nights or mornings. We'll get more into that part of the forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Right now, let's head over to Hannah for our first Thursday morning check on traffic. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, Adam. Looking pretty good, about as good as our weather outside. The Hardy Toll Road, though, at Louetta is dealing with a minor issue. This is not really slowing down commuters going northbound or outbound. So if you are traveling up into spring, that's a minor problem you just need to be aware of. Another similar minor issue is going to be on Highway 146, but let's look at both areas on those traffic map flows so you can see for yourself. Around 52 miles per hour, but not too bad in the Spring area. Now let's go over to the east side of town. If you are traveling around Shore Acres or Seabrook, 69 miles per hour. So again, you're looking really good. I'm just not too concerned about that. It's starting off pretty quiet. So we're seeing all green on the North Freeway 290 and on 288. Going over to the east side of town, I-10, Gulf Freeway and 225. The Katy Freeway, the East Tex Freeway and the Southwest Freeway starting off good, as I keep on mentioning. So enjoy this, but do be careful if you are about to hit the roads. Sharon, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, the death toll following Hurricane Ida in Louisiana continues to climb, and officials say the 11 additional storm-related deaths are from New Orleans and happened between August the 30th and Monday. 9 of the deaths were from excessive heat after Ida knocked out power throughout that city. The remaining 2 deaths involved carbon monoxide poisoning. And right now, the city of New Orleans says power is almost fully restored, but outside of the city, thousands still remain in the dark 11 days after Ida hit. Well, there are many ways that you can help recovery efforts throughout the state of Louisiana. In fact, right here in Houston, City Hall is gearing up for what's called Paying It Forward. It's a food and, of course, supply drive for Louisiana. CW 39's Gianella Giglino actually has more right now, and she's telling us about this relief effort and how you can take part. And, of course, welcome to CW 39, our newest reporter. Gianella, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. Today is a beautiful day to give back, and that is exactly what Houston is doing. The city received a direct request for assistance from New Orleans. Mayor Turner organized a food and supply drive from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. They are collecting non-perishable foods, pet food, diapers, cleaning supplies, and roofing supplies. According to FEMA, more than 35,000 households have applied for the Blue Roof program, which supplies damaged houses with fiber-reinforced sheeting that will provide temporary protection from rain until permanent repairs are made. The roofing supplies donated today will allow Louisiana residents to begin rebuilding their homes. Reporting live at City Hall, Gianella Giglino, CW 39, no wait and weather traffic.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, turning now to COVID-19 news. Hospitals across the state are really overwhelmed with a lot of COVID patients, and depending on traveling nurses more and more than ever they thought they would. In fact, the state health department has allocated more than 8,000 extra medical personnel across our state, but that's still not meeting the demand. Staff DNA, a Texas-based app that connects travel nurses to open positions across the country, notes the amount of openings has now doubled since the month of January.
Back in January, we were looking at roughly 10,000 jobs on our job board. We're now averaging roughly about 22,000 jobs on the job board. But also to make note for Texas, the pay packages previously used to be about $2,000 a week, and we're seeing now pay packages paying roughly about $5,000 a week.
Wow. Now, back in August, 20% of the job applications from Staff DNA went to Texas. It was the second most applied to state, just behind Florida. Well, today, President Joe Biden will lay out new steps intended to fight the spread of the highly contagious coronavirus, the Delta variant, and increase U.S. COVID-19 vaccinations, too. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson joins us now live with more. Good morning, Rashad.
Good morning. The White House says this new strategy will work across the public and private sector to help get the pandemic under control. And the big question many people are wondering, will there be any new mandates? As COVID-19 cases continue to rise and vaccinations remain low, the Biden administration says it's time to change strategy. Thursday, President Biden will lay out a 6-step plan intended to fight the spread of the highly contagious coronavirus Delta variant and increase U.S. COVID-19 vaccinations.
We have more work to do, and we are still at war with the virus and with the Delta variant, so we're going to build on that work.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the president will outline plans to ramp up shots in arms, keep schools open, and increase testing.
We know that increasing vaccinations will stop the spread of the pandemic, will get the pandemic under control, will return people to normal life.
Psaki acknowledged that the federal government cannot broadly mandate Americans to get vaccinated, but the administration has praised the private sector for vaccine mandates and issued some of its own, like for the military and other federal agencies.
And we've seen some impact from those steps. Tens of millions of Americans are now covered by vaccination requirements. 14 million Americans got their first shot in August.
And the White House says the economic recovery hinges on getting people vaccinated and defeating this pandemic. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Rashad. We'll talk to you a little bit later in our show. Now back here at home, let's talk about our weather and what's going on outside. Meteorologist Star Harvey has the latest on what we can have in store for us. But, you know, washing my car was not a bad idea.
Yeah, you know, Sharon, I actually took advantage and washed my car Monday. So I'm on this stretch and I'm excited about it. So we do have another warm and dry day today, and that's going to carry us through the first half of our weekend. Now, we will see those rain chances return later towards the second half of our weekend. You'll see here today we do have a front pushing through. Our highs still sitting in that mid 90 mark, but with that drier air behind the front, it's going to continue to give us those skies filled with that sunshine. We'll see some more less humidity as well. Notice by the time we get to Friday, our temperatures are dipping down. We'll get to that lower 90 mark, and by the time this weekend rolls around, we are flirting with those upper 80s, 89 for our Sunday there, and then some more deep moisture building in next week. Hannah Adams going to have some details on that coming up, but for now, what's it looking like on the traffic side of things?
Still looking pretty good, Star. We're going to take a look at Highway 146 right around Morton Weens. I mentioned this earlier. It's in between Seabrook going up towards Shore Acres. It's a minor issue. I'm just going to keep saying that until we have something that really could slow you down. There's a stalled 18-wheeler in that shoulder, so again, not too concerning. Southwest Freeway around 288, just want to show you what it looks like if you are about to travel into downtown. Now we're going to take a look at the Gulf Freeway right around Scott Street, approaching the University of Houston. And then one more camera on the north side, 45, if you are coming in right around North Main. We're starting to see a little bit of traffic building, but it's still not too bad to go ahead and get out there on the roads. Sharon, over to you.
All right, thank you so much. Well, it is National Suicide Prevention Week, and one Texas lawmaker is working on a new bill that triples the amount of funding currently going to 4 mental health service centers in our state. Alex Caparella with our Austin sister station has more details.
I really do it in memory of my husband. I loved him so much. He was my soulmate.
5 years ago, Kasania's husband unexpectedly died. Immediately following the shock, she began contemplating suicide.
I knew that I would not make it through the year or without calling someone. I need that help so desperately.
A thoughtful, compassionate voice on the other end of a helpline guided her to where she is today.
It put me back in a place of calmness where I could actually try to deal with myself.
But those voices are overworked and overwhelmed. The Integral Care Call Center in Travis County is responsible for responding to crises in 73 Texas counties, and it receives more than 7,000 calls per month. Senator Cornyn's new bill would triple the amount of funding currently going to the 4 mental health service centers in the state.
We've learned a lot from our mistakes in terms of our failure to deal with people experiencing mental health crises. And of course, this affects every single family in Texas and across America.
That means more call takers, telephones, and improved technology to expedite resources.
While someone experiencing a crisis may initially end up here, there's a continual need to expand mental health services beyond the call center.
The state also has plans to improve its ability to respond face-to-face with a caller and provide ongoing therapies to those who need it. That's something Ksenia still receives half a decade after her initial call for help.
They really do care. They really do support you. They really have a wide variety of resources that they provide to you.
And that was Alex Caparella reporting. Now, if you or someone you know is in emotional distress or suicidal crisis, please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 800-273-8255. It is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So please take advantage of it, or if you need it yourself, please call to get help. Now, this month, CW39's parent company is working to help feed all of America. In fact, September is also Hurricane Action Month. That's why CW39's parent company, Nexstar Media Group, along with Feeding America, the nation's largest domestic hunger relief organization, are teaming up and working hard all month long to ultimately end food insecurity. For more information on how you can help, go to our website, CW39.com. And we're CW39 Houston, no wait weather and traffic.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. It happens rarely, but everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon, 5 times a week starting September 27th.
Babe?
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. There are many ways to say it.
See? Yes.
But when you find the best bargains ever at Ross, you'll say yes for less.
Home selling with OfferPad is as easy as...
Welcome to OfferPad. How can we help?
Ooh, let's go with Express Sell.
With a cash offer in 24 hours.
And that comes with no showings.
Extra no showings, please.
Request your free offer today at OfferPad.com.
The Rooms to Go Labor Day mattress sale is extended through Monday. Bring home the Tempur-Pedic mattress you've been dreaming of, starting at $24 a month, interest-free for 88 months, plus 2 free Tempur-Adapt cloud pillows. And it gets better. Change the way you sleep forever with the comfort of a Tempur-Pedic Smart Base, now at Rooms to Go. That's a Tempur-Pedic mattress and 2 free Tempur-Adapt cloud pillows. Just $24 a month, interest-free for 88 months. The Rooms to Go Labor Day mattress sale is extended through Monday.
To the tooth grinders, the ice chewers, and the bottle openers, you are welcome here. At Jefferson Dental and Orthodontics, we get it. Life happens, and your teeth take a beating. And we're not here to scold anybody or make you go broke. We're here to meet you where you are. That means treating everyone from 6-month-olds to senior citizens. It means using cutting-edge technology to show you exactly what's going on in your mouth. It means creating payment plans that work with your budget, whether you're insured or not. It means having the very best dentists and staying open on evenings and weekends. It doesn't matter if your last dentist appointment was months ago or a decade ago. At Jefferson Dental and Orthodontics, all smiles are welcome here, not just the perfect ones.
Call 800-467-5004 to schedule your appointment today. Jefferson Dental. Call 800-467-5004 to schedule your appointment today.
Fall together with Lowe's to find great values this season. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility.
You know when you're at Ross and the fall finds are everything? And those brands at those prices are everywhere.
Okay,
that's yes for less. Bring on the fall looks you've been waiting for with the best bargains ever at Ross. Yes for less.
Call Smith & Hassler, 1-800-WIN-WIN-1.
Paternity Court today at 12:30 on CW39. Houston.
Meteorologist Adam Kruger here with you, and we're going to spend a little time now talking about the tropics, specifically retired name storms. This was a topic that came up yesterday during our show if you were watching, and when we dug into some of the stats here with the number of retired storms, we're actually surprised to see how many there have been, especially in the last 20 years or so. So we're going to bring in all of our meteorologists right now. Kerrigan Chauvin, Star Harvey joining me. We're going to have kind of like a weather chat right here. I feel like we should all have a coffee cup and be sitting on a couch or something. Yeah. So let's dig into the number of retired name storms. Storms started being named in the 1950s, and since then a lot of them have been retired. So Kerrigan, I'll start with you. We were looking at just the numbers alone, the number of retired storms, a lot of them, especially lately.
Yeah, and it's going to be, like you said, in that last 20-year time frame pretty much, or we saw about 43 of those named storms. So it's going to be 93 since 1954 and 42 since the year 2001, 43 since the year 2000. But if you go ahead and think about that time frame, a lot more storms in a much smaller time in the recent past few years. So we can definitely tell that storm have been ramping up in the past decade or two.
Yeah, and I mean, just doing the math, like 45% of the retired named storms have been in the last 20 years. And you know, so we've seen a lot of these impressive storms. We've seen a lot of them actually in Texas. We can switch over to another graphic I have right here showing all the names of storms that have impacted Texas that have been retired. Obviously 2017, Harvey, the most recent one. Also, Star, you mentioned some of these yesterday as you were recapping some of the significant storms in our area. Ike and Rita were some on your list yesterday.
Yeah, they were on my list. And, you know, Adam, there is the WMO that gets together every year around springtime, and they take on these requests from just across the nation, and they sit down and they decide, you know, which names are going to be retired. And most of the time that is just based off of the fatalities that are involved in these storms or hurricanes, as well as the cost.
Yeah, and it's important to note that it's not just hurricanes that are retired, but it can be a tropical storm. Allison was on the list, which was a tropical storm that folks here might remember about 20 years ago or so, brought a lot of heavy rain. And so, Star, you've got this quote lined up here. This is from when you say WMO, the World Meteorological Organization. And so here's their criteria, which is kind of loose, right?
Yeah, it is. You know, it says there, a storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate for reasons of sensitivity.
And so we know there have been, you know, a lot of deadly storms in terms of the tropics. That's just the nature of it. But as far as the criteria goes, you know, it's not necessarily, like you said, based off one specific thing or another. I mean, these folks literally sit down, kind of like us doing right now. They have a conversation about if a storm name should be retired, right?
Yeah, that's what they do. So it's not always, you know, the cost and the fatality. Sometimes it's either or. And I've seen that just looking back. You know, I went as far back as Carol, which was one of the first names retired. And I saw right after Carol was retired, Allison was retired. And then, you know, they both had very different statistics. So it's very interesting to see how they come up with these things.
And then we'll go over to Kerrigan now. And this is just kind of a bizarre, maybe coincidence, but of all the storms, the names that are retired, the letter I is far and above more common than some of the others. There's been more I names retired. And then, of course, Kerrigan, you were just in Louisiana last week looking at the damage from Ida, which also happened to hit your hometown. You've given us some great stories there from Louisiana. No question that Ida is going to be retired, right?
Oh, definitely. And going back to that point on sensitivity, think about if there were to be another Hurricane Katrina or another tropical storm Allison or Harvey for that matter. What kind of negative connotations people would associate with that storm, or flashbacks or PTSD that they may have as well. So you have to think about that as from a viewer standpoint. How will they perceive a storm if it's named after something that negatively impacted their life in the past?
Sure. Yeah, good point right there. Let's go now because I want to talk more about named storms and what we have happening out there right now. So we'll switch over to our weather graphics, and this is our current state in the tropics. We have several names. By the way, in the Pacific, you see Olaf, which completes the sort of bizarre trilogy of Anna and Elsa in the Atlantic this year, and Olaf now in the Pacific. So Frozen fans will know what I'm talking about there. We have Mindy, a tropical depression in the southeast, and Larry, still a strong hurricane out there in the Atlantic. Notice also that yellow X in the Caribbean. Now, this is new today. The National Hurricane Center marking that spot for slight potential for development, but you see where it's going into the Gulf, and that's something that has our attention in terms of our weather next week. It looks like that, at the least, is going to start bringing some rain all along the Texas coast next week. Still too early to tell how that comes together, if it does, but it looks like at the least we're going to get some wet weather out of that next week. All right, we'll be talking more about our extended local forecast here on the other side of the break. You're watching CW39 Houston, no wait, weather and traffic. Live view from our Sky Tracker network right now. That's the Galleria area on a calm morning in Houston.
An unprecedented attack on our country, changing lives forever. 2 decades after that tragic event, stories of survivors and heroes told once again. 9/11, 20th anniversary. We remember. Saturday at 2 on CW39 Houston. Because sick visits never give you a heads up. At MyCHN, you do not have to wait to receive same-day care. Pick up your prescription at one of our conveniently located pharmacies or ask for delivery. MyCHN can help. Call or log on today.
We're reporters from the New York Times. No flights, no roads. We're trying to figure out what animals are being affected.
The Galapagos is a really challenging place to work. El Nino starting to go haywire. Everywhere is going to get touched by climate change.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, shakalaka, 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 shaka. Scoop, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Finding an electricity plan can be confusing. Introducing Power Wizard. Power Wizard's smart technology compares hundreds of electricity plans, finds the best one for you, and manages the switching process on your behalf. Power Wizard reminds you when it's time to renew and does the renewal for you. With Power Wizard, you will never overpay for electricity ever again. Visit PowerWizard.com and find out how much you can save. Power Wizard, electricity savings in a flash.
Once again, Gallery Furniture teaming up with Kroger's.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. You know, today Kroger announced we're going to donate $100,000 to the Second Chance Food Bank in New Orleans and surrounding areas.
And Kroger is having these bags. You can buy it at the store. How much is the bag,
$6 a bag.
$6 a bag full of non-perishable food items. Kroger's going to bring them to Gallery Furniture. We're going to take them to the people in Louisiana. Bring your non-perishable food items to Gallery Furniture as well. We're going to help the people in Louisiana with your help at Kroger's.
Thanks, Jim. Houstonians helping Louisiana neighbors.
Every day.
Even with my Part D Medicare, I love that I get excellent savings on my prescriptions.
MyCHN offers its patients exclusive pricing on name brand drugs. Pickup or home delivery available. MyCHN can help. Call or log on today. Johnson Family Rules.
The Johnsons don't snitch.
I thought Johnsons don't eat leftovers.
Weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on CW39. Houston.
Well, we're halfway through the Atlantic hurricane season, but we still have a big part ahead of us. In fact, just about 12 more weeks to go before we reach the end of our hurricane season. You'll see right here on our graph, we are already, let me get to this side here. You'll see that we are already just at that peak date for the month of September. As tomorrow arrives, it's going to be for the 10th of September. Notice that this graph does not start to decline at least until we reach the end of November there. So November 30th does mark the end of the Atlantic hurricane season. But I wanted to give you a look here at some numbers from past storms that produced past our peak month. The month of October does show the chance of producing storms. In fact, we've had 3 on record, one being Jerry from 1989 and 2 other unnamed storms. So as we see there, it is definitely possible for those storms to continue to produce after peak. Just wanted to give that little tidbit there, Hannah.
Interesting for us there. Really quick, want to mention that we have a major accident this morning already on the roads
45 the Gulf Freeway at Broadway. You are down to one main lane as you make your way inside of 610 the South Loop. So give yourself some extra time. That HOV lane is good. The frontage road, Highway 3, Highway 35. It's those same alternate routes we always give out whenever there's an accident here. But again, major accident, Gulf Freeway at Broadway Street this morning. But maybe you're waking up this morning and you're pumped because it's the start of the pro football season, pro football kickoff. We have a contest going on our website, CW39.com. We want you to win some great prizes during our Pro Football Challenge. It's easy. You pick the winner for every game during the season and you can win. Adam and I will also be at picking this season and we'll keep you updated to see how well we're doing. We also have some other experts from our Houston Sports Show that will also take part in that. But guys, let's take a live view through our Sky Tracker network right now. We're going over to Tampa, Florida. Hey, there we go. That's where the first game of the NFL season will be played. The Super Bowl champions Tom Brady hosting the Dallas Cowboys. That's later tonight. You're watching CW39 Houston. No wait, weather and traffic.